Okay, so here's what we do when in the facility Skype group message we get a specified key error or we get a graphic not defined error. So these are the two types of errors you will encounter, and we basically just need to go and fix them in the back end so that these artworks show up properly when they're printing them. So to start, you can see there's all these specified key errors. We have one, two, three, four, five, six. They will send them in here every day, more or less. There may, some days they may not have any errors. Usually there's at least one or two. Mondays are usually a bit worse, only because there are a lot more orders over the weekend. So what you do is you grab the first SKU. So I'm gonna, highlight that, click Command C to copy it. You go to ShipStation, and you can see up here. I'm gonna click Command V, click Enter. Here's the order number. I'm gonna open it. And what I know is with these specified key errors, it means we've not uploaded the artwork yet to our basically to our database. So we need to go and upload this artwork number to our database. So when I plugged in the SKU in here, I can find the order number, and this is this is the order number I plugged in, and then this is the SKU right here that I found from going to the order number. And as you can see, this artwork number we're looking for is 8X. So we put the artwork number at the end of the SKU. So what that means is this number 8X has not been uploaded yet to our database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to aws.amazon.com. You'll be able to sign in with your login information provided. And then once we're logged in, you'll be able to click services up here and click, you want to go to the S3 storage, and I'm trying to think how you get back there. So as you see, I've recently visited, but then you click this all services drop down, then you should be able to find S3 in here somewhere. S3, let's see, yep, here it is, okay. So down here, S3 storage, we'll click just the S3 button. And now we'll click this only button, and then we'll click the graphics section. Make sure you click the graphics section, it's very important. So now that this is where we need to be to upload the files to our database of the artworks. And as you can see, the artwork that's missing in here is the 8X artwork. So I recommend going to Dropbox, and then when you're here, you can click home or whatever, and you can just type in 8X at the top. And you should see, the 8X come up. You'll see the other mock images come up as well, but we just want the 8X artwork. So I'm gonna click here, I'll click download right here. I've already downloaded it, but yeah, you just wanna download it to your computer and then drag it to your desktop most likely. Here is the one I downloaded. When you download it, you wanna check two things. One, you wanna make sure the .png is lowercase. Occasionally this is uppercase, and that is one reason this error can occur, is if the .png is an uppercase letters, we need to make sure it's all lowercase. So .png is lowercase, and then also before we upload it, we want to make sure that it's cropped. As you can see in this thumbnail, the design is already cropped because there's no dead space around it, where I guess all these ones on my dashboard already are, but yeah, but if you see like a lot of like space around it, like there's like this, and then there's like a big white area around it, we need to crop it. So to crop it, you can just open it up, and you could like drag, whatever square you need to around it. You want to be very careful when doing this, but drag it so it fits it perfectly. And obviously this is one's already cropped, so I can't do it, but you'd want to drag it so it went perfectly around it. You click tools, you click the crop button, and it'll crop it down so it gets all the dead space. And now what we'll do is you do the same thing for all of these different specified key errors. So I'll just do one more to show you really quick. I go here, and then I go to ShipStation, I'll pull up this one. This error looks like it's 2032p, so I'm gonna go back here, 2032p, and then we'll find the artwork for this. These are all there it is, 2032p.png. I'm gonna download this one. And then again, we're gonna make sure that it's all lowercase. As you can see, all this dead space around this one, so we need to crop this, it looks like. You can just see how there's a lot of white space, but so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my mouse, I'm gonna go over here. We wanna make sure we don't cut any of it off. So I'm gonna just go down here. I mean, you leave like a tiny bit on the edges, it doesn't need to be perfect, but like, pretty close. So like go here and then over here to the edge. We just wanna make sure we don't cut any of the design off when cropping it. So now I've drawn my box, I'm gonna click tools, crop. Now if I X out, you can see it's been cropped. You can't, I mean, there's white in here, so you can't see. It looks like there's still dead space around it, but there's not. There's just white text in here. So, here's the two designs. So now what I'm going to do is I'll go to back here where we went to AWS. I'll click upload, and we're going to upload these two designs to our database like that. And we will click the upload button. So these are most of the errors you will receive. It's really just going through here, going through the specified keys, going to ShipStation to look up the SKU and to find the artwork number, and then go to Dropbox, find that artwork, download it, make sure it's cropped and named correctly with the lowercase PNG, and then upload it to AWS to get into the database. So once that's done, those errors should be fixed. Now the other error you'll encounter occasionally is the graphic not defined error. So I'm going to copy and paste this order number into ShipStation now, and we'll see what the issue is with this one. So with this one, you can see the SKU is this. If you ever see a SKU like this, just a string of numbers, that means something's messed up in the system. And just let us know that this has happened. Because if something's messed up in the system, then we'll need to fix that on our end. So if you ever see a SKU like this, just let me know. Because they shouldn't look like this. They should, always look like, some variation of, you see the SKU here. This is like WL 18,000. They should have like letters and numbers and like words you recognize. Like, we have white, we have 18,000, M for medium. Or if I click on this one, we have 3001, Heather Slate. But if you ever see really only numbers like that, more than likely it's messed up. So just send me a message when you get it fixed. If you did see a SKU here, so let's say you got this error and said graphic not defined and you still saw a SKU here, what that means is that something in print flow is messed up. So if we go to print flow and we go to products, finished goods, and I'll just pull a random one here since that one's not actually the error, but let's just pull up one and pretend like there's an error. So I'm gonna pull this one up and we'll pretend like this one had a graphic not defined error. I'm gonna go here, I went here, products, finished goods. I'm gonna search this exact SKU right here. And this will pull it up here in 1 second. We'll click on it, and then so occasionally there's two sections. There's this top part, which could be complete, and there's this bottom part that could be complete. So if you're up here and you see that some of these fields here are missing, typically what's missing is the component. And these right here, this doesn't really matter. So if these are empty, this middle section, don't worry about it. What's really important is these bottom three. So if you go on here and let's say, these three bottom ones are missing, that could be causing the graphic not defined error, or any other error for that matter. If the component's empty, we see that there's a 3001 underscore Heather Slate underscore medium. The component is actually just the first part of the SKU. So if this is missing, you can really just copy. This part will always be here. So you can always just copy this section down to here. Again, these are just like a string of numbers, like a messed up SKU. This won't work. But like if it's like this, you can just see the SKU's 3001 Heather Slate medium. And you can just literally copy and put it right here. Graphic position is always front. And then the RIP environment is going to be either CMYK or CMYKWW. So if you're on ShipStation, you can see the color that was ordered. We have a Heather Slate that was ordered. If it's anything but white, it's always CMYKWW. So if somebody ordered a white t-shirt, so if this said color white, if they ordered a white t-shirt or a white sweatshirt or whatever, then this would be just CMYK and we could delete the WW. However, if it's on any color but white, so black, red, gray, anything, it's going to be CMYKWW. So once you fix those, you can click submit. If this is messed up and this bottom part's messed up, you need to do them in sections. You first do this top section, click the submit button, let it load, and then do the bottom section. The reason being is if you fix both at the same time, it usually doesn't actually it won't save your changes a lot of times. So we'll fix the top part if that's missing. So then I'll go back here. So now we can pretend let's pretend all of this information was filled in, but this area was empty. You can click the edit button. And then what you'll see here is we're looking for usually what's missing is the platen size, the graphic width or height, the graphic position, which is front always, and the graphic file name. The SKU should be here. So first off, if these are missing, what we'll do is, we can pretend like this order number right here had the graphic not defined error. Well, we know the artwork number is going to be this right here, 2040p. So we can go to our print flow and we see the graphic file name is we put in 2040p dot png. There has to be this dot png at the end because that's the file name. So again, if this part's missing, you'll just look up the order number, and at the end of the order number, you should see the artwork number. And then that is what will go in the graphic file name. So 2040p.png. Graphic position is always front, all caps. Graphic width, if it's a t-shirt, we usually do about 11 and a half. If it's a sweatshirt, we'll do usually 12 or 13. If it's like a larger XL sweatshirt, you do like, 12 and a half, 13. If it's like a small, medium sweatshirt, you could maybe do 12, 12.25. And then for the platen size, it's always this one, the 14 by 16 medium platen. Unless the order was for a baby onesie, then it's this extra small platen, the 7 by 8. So if they ordered a baby onesie, it's a 7 by 8, and otherwise it's a 14 by 16. Sorry, it's a 14 by, unless they order a youth t-shirt. So the extra, which is very rare, but the extra small platen's for the onesies, the small platen is for the youth t-shirts, the medium platen's for everything else. So in here we can see the size is unisex medium. If this says like youth medium, then yeah, we do the one below it, but that's pretty rare, so most likely won't encounter that very often. And then once that's done, we can click submit. Or actually, one other thing to point out here is if the artwork is taller than it is wide, then we need to put the height in and not the width. So like if we go back here, I can see like this artwork here is wider than it is tall. The one that we just edited, like both of these are wider than they are tall, so we'd put in the width of like 12 or 13. However, if we got an artwork that was like, yeah, we don't really have any out here, it looks like. I mean, this one's almost, this one right here is actually, this one's taller than it is wide. So this is a baby onesie, but like if it's taller than it is wide, then we need to put in the height dimensions. So instead of putting in, 11.51 width, we might put in 11.51 high. And then, yeah, and a few other numbers to note. So these are for the t-shirt, sweatshirt. So if it's a t-shirt, for the width, make it about 11.5. If it's like an XL or 2XL t-shirt, maybe make it more like a 12. If it's a sweatshirt, make it like a 12.2-ish for small mediums, and then maybe like a 12.5 to 13 for large XLs and 2XLs. And then for baby onesies, the width should be 6 inches, and the height would be 6 inches if it's too tall. Same thing with the t-shirts and sweatshirts, just flip the numbers if the artwork, like this one right here, is taller than it is wide. So instead of making it, if this is on a t-shirt, instead of making it 11.5 inches wide, I would make it 11.5 inches tall. And then obviously once it's all done, we click submit, and then that's it. So those are how to fix the errors. If you come across an error that just doesn't seem to be getting fixed, let me know and I can take a look into it. But yeah.